in saying come and just be with us and experience it. Applause to all of you for coming off the new year, coming off the holidays, coming off the new year, and saying I'm ready to jump in the saddle and really get things going. In fact, some of you in this room look like you maybe felt like the holidays were a hiccup and a little hurdle, and you just wanted to get past them so you could come and get everything back and infused and going for your new year. So I start off by saying Happy New Year to you today, and that we have got a power-packed lineup of training for you. Does that sound great? Yes. Now there's two different thoughts behind teaching and training, and those words we typically use very interchangeably in our company, but I'm going to kind of share with you how I look at that, because I might teach in a little bit different way than what you are typically used to. And so, first of all, what's important to know is that teaching happens when someone's imparting knowledge to you. And that is certainly one of the goals that I have today, is that if I can pass something from here and here in me to you that will help you to be able to move forward, accelerate in your business, and most importantly, elevate yourself and your life more than anything, then we've done good things. But the second part is training. And the training component is you grabbing a hold of that information and you running with that. And that's called implementation, and that's called activity. And the way that we can get that process going, because that's the more important component of the process. The most important component isn't what you hear from me. The most important component is what you do with what you hear. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. In fact, I once heard years ago that if you go to something or you experience something where you're learning new information, and for us in Mary Kay, that would be like a workshop here, going to seminar, being at your weekly success event, even a coaching conversation that you might have with your director. When you hear something that's a nugget, that is great new information that you can apply, if you don't do something with that information within 48 to 72 hours, guess what happens with it?
You forget.
It's like your brain never heard it. And how many of you believe that today you've invested in? You've invested your time, you've invested a little bit of money, and you want today to be a component of shaping this year for you and your successes in your business, but also shaping how you're developing as a person this year and developing your life. And so we're going to do both of those things. And what that means in a large group setting like this is that we'll have interaction. And so how we'll do that is, since we don't have mics set up all around the room, is when someone shares something, and I want you to feel completely comfortable, and this is a safe environment, and that's how we learn the best, is hearing lots of ideas, not just one person's ideas, no matter what that person has accomplished, but lots of people coming together and interacting. I'll repeat what you say into the microphone so that everybody will be able to hear, okay? And so all of that being said, this is like a live action working classroom. Does that sound good? And so we're going to get real comfortable with each other right away, because what you see is what you get. With me, I'm very transparent, I'm very authentic. I'll just kind of say it like it is, and I want you to feel that you can do that as well. And so our first topic this morning is about team building. And so let me just start off and ask you, how many of you would like to grow your teams exponentially in the year 2012, right? We're excited about it. We're excited about growth. And so let's start off by talking about why. Why? Just yell out like popcorn answers. Why do you want to build your team?
Money.
Money?
Car.
Car?
Change people's lives.
Change people's lives. I want to be a Mary Kay mom.
Money.
Extra income.
Don't work.
Say that one more time.
Don't work a full time.
Being able to let go of that full-time position or part-time position and do Mary Kay more on a full-time basis. Okay?
I just want that pretty pink car.
You want the pretty pink Cadillac. Love it. Keep coming. More confidence yourself.
Change someone else's life.
Change someone else's life.
Fulfill dreams.
Fulfill your dreams.
Choices.
And there's two choices.
So my husband doesn't have to work.
So your husband doesn't have to work, helping him have choices. I heard friendship. Okay, that's a lot of reasons. That's a lot of reasons. Okay, let me start by asking you this question. Reframe in your brain the concept of building an organization. How I want you to do that is I want you to imagine that you have been hired by a company that is not Mary Kay, but you've been hired by a company with one job. And that one job is that you are to find 24 incredible people who can represent that organization. Your job is going to be to put out the word about that, of what you're looking for. Your job is going to be to conduct those appointments of interviews and looking at resumes and having interaction with all of those people who are interested. And your job is going to be to select the final people that you have chosen as your top 24. Now, when I just start off and I begin that way, does that automatically shift how you think about building an organization? Essentially, in Mary Kay, that is kind of what the company asks us to do. Is that if you want to build your business and build to the level of 24, we know, of course, would position you to be a director, that you have that mission. It's the mission of creating a vision that other people want to be a part of. It's the job responsibility of going and finding those people. It's doing all of those things. But how many of you felt differently about that just in the way I framed that question? Okay, so there's lots of, okay, we have an understanding of that. Okay, how many of you would do what you're doing differently if you were thinking from that mindset? Just yell out for me a couple things that you automatically thought you might do differently. Don't be shy. Just yell it out.
No fear.
You wouldn't have fear.
There wouldn't be that, oh my gosh, what are they going to think?
Exactly, because you've been given a responsibility, and we're just going to complete that job responsibility. How many of you have a full-time or part-time job? And hands raised, continue to raise them if, in that position, you have a certain list of responsibilities. And if you do not fulfill those responsibilities, then they say, well, we're sorry, this doesn't really work out, and we'll see you later, or whatever. Okay, so you would not have fear, because this is just one of the things that is a part of your job responsibility. I'm so glad you said that first. Okay, second thing you could think of that would be different.
Look for the qualities.
You would look for certain qualities. Okay, hold that thought. We're going to really dig into that this morning. What else would be different?
I might be more likely to approach someone who intimidated me a little bit.
You would be more likely to approach them, even if they intimidated you. And why?
Because I'm looking for the best.
You're looking for the best because the company said your role is to pick the best 24 that you can find. Great. Anything else?
Confident.
Your confidence would be higher.
You listen more,
You would listen more. Why would you listen more?
so you can hear what she's really saying and see if that fits with the company's brand.
Ooh. You would listen more because you really want to find out if what she's saying matches what your company stands for. Very powerful.
You'd realize that you're actually doing them a favor because the economy is so bad right now. People are looking for jobs, and so it gives you the courage to just ask everyone
Okay.
about the opportunity.
Okay, so you would, your thought process would shift in that you're recognizing people have a great need at this time in our world and in our society, and because the need is so great, your need would be greater than any fear that you might feel about sharing information with them. That you would feel that it's almost your personal mission that you need to share that information because it can bless her so much. Excellent. Anybody else want to share one last thing? These are all fabulous. Okay, I wanted to start that way just because sometimes we need a fresh way of looking at something. Just a brand new, fresh way of looking at what it is that we actually do. And as we talk about team building this morning, I'm going to give you kind of my top 10 in terms of just basic top 10. But before we get into that, and there's going to be a lot of interaction with that, I would love to share with you just a few basic facts. And most of these are going to be things you already know. You're already very aware of these things. Here's my first basic fact. In our company, women always recruit closest to two things. Do any of you know what those two things are? Product is number one, and number two would be enthusiasm. Always remember that people will recruit closest to product and enthusiasm. Another basic fact is that more women will sign up with women who have a goal and a vision and are talking about it than will sign up with someone who doesn't. Both of those two consultants or directors can be equally sharp, equally sassy. Meet those people in the same type of environment, a party, a guest event. Everything can be the same. But more women will sign up with the one who has a goal, enthusiasm, passion, is talking about her vision, than the one who doesn't. Another thing that I know to be true is that 1 out of 5 will sign up. Now that doesn't mean 1 out of 5 people that you're just in front of with product. It means 1 out of 5 women that you share the actual information about the company with and how you feel about that information. Okay? That brings me to this. Women will sign more on emotion and hope than on facts. How many new consultants are in the room? Like, you've been in the company less than 6 months. How many of you have felt that you have to have the perfect words? I don't know what to say. I don't say it exactly as my director says it. And we can get very, very hung up on those kinds of things. I am here to reassure you that what matters far, far, far more is your passion and personal testimony about the company and about what you love in whatever way that comes out for you than any kind of core facts that you're going to share. The same is true about our product. Women would much rather be at a party where they have a consultant who can say, and let me share with you personally what I love about using this firming eye cream. Oh, and can I tell you what I love happens when I put on the toning lotion, versus this product has this in it, this in it, this in it, okay? So remember, hope, energy, passion, what's in your heart about what you love about this business is always going to be more powerful. Now, facts are important too, because women will ask you key things about that, but that can be as simple as have it on a note card if you're not sure that you can remember everything. The last little basic thought that I would share with you is that in team building, you will use the exact same skills that you use to effectively and successfully sell our product. So I want you to raise your hand for me in this room and be proud of the skills and the strengths that you have. How many of you feel that you're really good at selling our product? Really good at selling the product. Okay, I just want to assure you, the team building skills will be the same. It is the exact same. The only difference is the product that you're selling when you're building your team is an intangible. When you're selling a miracle set, it's a tangible. It's a squirt this out, put this on your face. It's a tangible. Feel it, touch it, hold it, okay? When you're selling our opportunity, you're selling an experience. I want you to write the word experience down on your paper. In our world today, people are hungry for great experiences. So we've got to figure out what makes an experience great. So let's talk about that. What makes an experience great in your life?
Fulfilling.
It's fulfilling.
Positive.
It's positive.
Make people feel special about themselves.
People feel special.
They walk away just feeling better.
They just feel better. Sometimes they can't even describe what they really were participated in, but they know it was good. They feel better. What makes an experience great in your life?
Memorable. Fun.
It's memorable. It's fun.
Unique.
It's unique. It's not like everything else.
With God involved in it.
Faith comes first.
The people with you.
Say that one more time.
People with you.
The people that are with you make the experience awesome. Right in the back, yeah? You're learning, you're growing, you're developing. These are all so good, you guys. Really think, what else? Think about experiences you've loved in your life whether they be very short-term, whether they be long-term. Think about your Mary Kay business. What do you love most about the experience?
Providing my family choices.
You love providing choices. That this experience gives you more choices in your life because you have more choices. You, in turn, can give those to the people you love.
Accomplishment.
There's accomplishment involved. Go ahead.
Expands your thinking.
Expands your thinking. You walk away feeling changed in some way. Okay, did we make a pretty good list there? We made a pretty good list. So when you're talking about Mary Kay, you're talking about the experience of Mary Kay. And these are the kinds of things that we talk about. And so when we heard the word fulfilling, there's 100 people in this room. Fulfilling probably means something different to all of you. Now, I would guess we'd have quite a few similarities and likenesses there. But you have to take some of the things that you've heard today and ask yourself after this weekend, what does that mean to me? When I think of fulfilling, how has my Mary Kay business been fulfilling to me? When I think about memorable, what are a couple of experiences I've had in my business that have been memorable to me in a great way? When I think about the people that I do this business with, what do I like about them? This is one of the classic things that I hear in our company, which is a great thing, but we can do so much better, is I just love my Mary Kay girlfriends. They're just so great. Well, when you say that to someone who's not a Mary Kay, what does that mean? See, we've got to become more potent with our language. So great, awesome, incredible, phenomenal, those are wonderful, positive words. But they don't convey to the depth of what you really can convey. So I love the women that I do my life with in Mary Kay. Let me share with you the 3 things that I love about these women. I love that they're real. I love that they're positive. I love that they're fun, or whatever you love, okay? And so I would encourage you to take what we just came up with as a group as great descriptions of this experience and why this experience is so incredible, and get some of your own words around that are your words, because if they're your words, you're going to own them, and you're going to have more confidence in saying them than just if they're my words. Does that make sense? Okay, so let's talk about some great steps to doing some phenomenal team building. Step number 1, no matter where you're at, literally no matter where you're at on the career path, you guys, from our newest consultant in the room to our most seasoned consultant in the room, number 1, you have to have a vision for what you are building. Scripture tells us where there is no vision, the people will perish. A vision has to be clear, it's got to be compelling, and it's got to be consistent. So for example, when you're team building, a vision for team building, let's just say this month, would be, I am so excited. I have a vision of this month of being at the end of January and being a brand new team leader. And we know to be a team leader, how many would we need to have? 5. Okay, so it's clear. We know this is where we want to go, from here to here. Okay, then I add in my why, and let me share with you why I am so excited about that. That's going to be the compelling component. And the consistent component of your vision is that you don't wobble it. You don't waver it. You don't today, sitting at this workshop in our incredible pink bubble that we love so much, have that vision. And then you walk out and one little person who does not mean you harm in this world, but says one little thing like, well, why would you want that? And all of a sudden it pricks your bubble and you let that vision go. Oh, no, 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 no. A vision is something you're called to. So it stays consistent. Circumstances can come and go. People can come and go. Life can happen. Messiness can occur. And your vision is still in front of you. But you have to know what that vision looks like. How many of you remember, this is a long time ago now, but the movie The Field of Dreams with Kevin Costner? Such a great movie, wasn't it?
Yes.
Well, what was the main line of the movie?
If you build it, they will come.
If you build it, they will come. Well, if I was in architecture, I wouldn't just be like constructing a building, I would first have to do what? Plan and have a blueprint. Your blueprint in Mary Kay is your vision. And your vision first is here and then is here. So it's heart and it's head. Now how you carry out that vision is your hands. Okay? Heart, head, and hands. Okay, so your vision's your magnet. That's your magnet. Doesn't matter if you're a branded consultant, most seasoned woman in the room. The vision is the magnet. Here's what I know. People will follow a person with a vision more than they will just follow a vision. Think about our world today. Think about that in the good and the not so good. And examples that we could think of that. When there's a movement of something, whether good, bad, or indifferent, somebody is leading it. Is that true?
Yeah.
So people follow not the vision, they follow the person who has the vision. Okay? Remember that everybody wants to be a part of something. And everybody in the human spirit, I truly believe this, wants to be a part of something bigger than themselves. How many of you just got excited knowing that today you were coming and it was going to be a big group? It's something bigger than yourself. There's more energy in this room with all of us together than we could all have ourselves at home. And there's more energy than we could have if just 3 of us got together, right? And so people want to be a part of something bigger, okay? And they want to be a part of a winning team. Every single one of you in this room is already a winner because you've made a decision to accelerate your life and move your life forward just by being a part of the company. And I know you're also a winner because you chose to come today. And you wouldn't have come if you didn't have something stirring in your heart about the development of your business and the direction that you want to take this. So you've already got all that covered. You've got to trust that you've already got winning going on. And it's not winning on a scoreboard that ever matters the most. It's the winning that you've got up here. Believing that in yourself is far more what other people are attracted to. You see, when I walk into a room, nobody knows the accolades that are on a piece of paper, right? Nobody knows that. Success will speak for itself. Success starts here in how you think about yourself and then how you live that out loud and connect with people. So quite frankly, if you and I were to walk into a party together, they wouldn't know the difference between you and I, and you've been in 6 months and I've been in 14 years, and they wouldn't know any of the difference if we were acting the same way. Okay? So remember, it starts here first. So your vision is most important, the single most important thing as you begin to really press in to quantum leap team building this year. Number 2 is you have to have a template of what you are looking for in your team. So just like if we back up and we talk about you were hired and the company says find 24, and I'm quite certain if that was the situation that they would probably also give you a list of what you're looking for. Or you would know that because these individuals are going to fulfill certain roles in the organization, and you would know, okay, this person maybe needs to be more technical, this person may be more people-oriented. Okay, so how many of you can honestly tell me you have a list of 5 to 10 characteristics written somewhere and placed prominently where you see it on a daily basis of the kind of women you are looking to attract? Does anybody in this room have that? And if you do, raise that hand proudly. I am so not surprised. I am so not surprised. The apple does not fall far from the tree. Mary Catherine is extremely focused and intentional about building a national area. She knows exactly what she's looking for in the women that she wants to represent her national area as leaders, okay? I feel the exact same way. I know exactly what I'm looking for in our offspring directors. The character traits that excite me, bring me energy that I know are going to help us have an incredible national area. I also know what I'm not looking for. And I say that with great grace and just softness, but we're not looking for everybody, right? The shoe, the slipper doesn't fit on every foot. And that is okay. If every woman was in Mary Kay, we wouldn't have any customers. So it's okay. So don't try to force a slipper on every foot. So So let's start making a template here today. Let's make a template. Let's get ahead of the game with this morning, and let's have a little template here of what are we looking for. Let's yell out some characteristics of what you would love to see in all of your team members. Confidence. Integrity. Outgoing and enthusiastic. Positive attitude. Compassion. Hardworking. She has vision. She's driven. She is a woman of her word. She is reliable.
Motivated.
She's self-motivated.
Honest. Faith.
She has faith. She is honest.
She believes in the company philosophy.
She believes in our company and what we stand for.
Likes the product.
She loves the product. Who else do you want to do life with? When you think about people that you want to do life with, what are you looking for? What brings you the most joy in the current relationships that you have with people you just love and adore?
Fun.
They're fun.
Selfless.
They're selfless.
They like being in spite of myself.
They love you unconditionally.
We've all been told, make sure somebody that we would not mind sharing a room with.
Make sure you wouldn't mind bunking up with her at a retreat. Absolutely.
I would look for somebody who's successful in another area of her life.
She has what I call a success resume.
Yes.
A success resume of life. Now, a 20-year-old can have a success resume. She was president, she was, okay? So it doesn't matter age, experience, but she's successful already at what she chooses to do. She may be a stay-at-home mom, but she runs a tight ship. She has children who have manners. That ship is tight. She takes pride in that, okay? So it's not title or position, but she's got a success resume. That's a great one.
Authentic.
She's authentic. Yes. Say that one more time. She's not a whiner. She's not a complainer. Did I hear that right? She's not a complainer, right? Gals, let me remind you, if somebody is one way outside of Mary Kay, you're not going to change them with Mary Kay. It's kind of like marriage doesn't change spouses, right? Right? So it's the same way in Mary Kay. I know that Mary Kay can be good for everybody, but I'm looking more for women who are going to be good for Mary Kay. Okay? Any other last characteristics that we'd like to put down on our blueprint of our incredible dream team here? She's open-minded.
Someone who wants more out of life.
She wants more for her life, and I would add, is willing to work for it.
Not lazy.
She's not lazy. Hard worker. Okay, we've got a great template. Does this help you?
Yeah.
Okay, now I'll tell you what. In my experience, just having this template, you put it up, you pick your top, we need more than 10. You pick your top 5 to 10. You're building a dream team. What am I looking for in the women that are going to represent my organization? And you prominently place that in multiple places around you. A little post-it note in your car. Have it on your phone. Print it out on your bathroom mirror. Get it in front of you. Because my experience has been what you focus on and what you continue to think about and manifest in your mind, you will create in front of you. I look out and I see my offspring directors, and when I was driving here with Sherry yesterday from the airport, it just gave me so much excitement to be able to tell her, when I look out at my offspring directors, I can look out and say, everyone was answered prayer. And I don't mean they were answered prayer because we need directors. I mean, I look out and I prayed specifically for women who have the traits that these women have. So what you focus on is what you're going to get. So you're going to have your little template. Okay, number 3 on our list, great tips for team building, is you have to understand the concept between the difference, multiplication and addition. Multiplication is when you are team building and moving up the career path. Addition is that you're adding but not moving up. Now you're thinking, how is that possible? But it is. Multiplication happens when you are moving quickly. This is a business that if you want to move forward, you want to